Beyonce is involved in dark rituals. I have a videotape. She tried to sacrifice my son. And I also have more videotapes in which Beyonce is sacrificing children. She is a devil. And I find out that this was trying to sacrifice my son. Everybody keeps coming for my child. And now this witch says she's gonna sacrifice him to her voodoo idol.
So apparently, Beyonce is being accused again of doing black magic. Now here's what I'm gonna say. Everybody ain't lying. I spent probably a week doing research on all the people that they were connected with, and all of them are connected to some sort of black magic, some sort of witchery, okay?
Y'all, buckle up because the celebrity world just hit DEFCON 1. Nicki Minaj has officially crossed a line that nobody saw coming, and the streets are buzzing. The whispers about tension between Nicki and the Carters? Yeah, they weren't just rumors. They've erupted into a full-blown, no-holds-barred war. Sources claim Nicki is alleging that Beyoncé has been dabbling in some seriously dark spiritual stuff. And get this, she thinks Queen Bey might be targeting her son, Papa Bear, as part of some twisted lesson. Insiders say Jay-Z has officially had enough of Nicki's claims and is allegedly gearing up to hit back with legal action. The drama is insane, dangerous, and might just be one of the wildest celebrity showdowns we've ever seen. Now let's break it down. Nicki Minaj has always been the queen of keeping her foot firmly on Jay-Z's and Beyoncé's neck. No apologies, no holding back. But this feels different. Allegedly dragging Papa Bear into the chaos? That's a whole new level. Beyoncé's been defending herself against witchcraft rumors for years, sure. But until now, it's always been adults in the industry, never children. That's why this particular claim is so shocking. But don't forget, Nicki sparked this herself a few weeks back. During her infamous Twitter rant, she dragged Beyoncé's kids into her feud with Desiree Perez and Jay-Z. She went off with tweets like, "Camel and rat, we are not fazed by botched tweets and bots in the comments. That's exactly why you broke now." And then she turned her sights to the kids. Ninja shuffling papers, y'all. And it wasn't just the kids, Jay-Z got hit too. Nicki threw shade over beats she allegedly already had legal paperwork for, saying things like, "Jay-Z, take off that effing lace front." Naturally, he was not here for it. But bringing the Carters' children into this? That's the line nobody touches. Remember when Kanye got too close to that line with their twins? He deleted his tweets eventually, but only because he didn't want his account flagged, not because he was sorry. And now the streets are whispering that Beyoncé allegedly went full voodoo on him for it. If she'd allegedly do that to Kanye, imagine what she could do if Nicki's claims are even halfway true. Meanwhile, Nicki's been throwing shade nonstop. She claims Jay-Z tried to cheat her out of millions with a shady business deal. One tweet had her saying, "We've calculated about $100 to $2 million so far. Jay-Z called me to settle this karmic debt. You're still top 5, though." And she doubled down, saying she'd even use some of the money he owes her to help students pay tuition through her charity. Shade, generosity, and theatrics all rolled into one. Her songs have been throwing subliminal shots, too. In Do We Say So, she seems to call out Beyoncé's fillers and plastic work. Fans immediately picked up on the timing, right after Beyoncé and Megan Thee Stallion's lines in Savage. And then in Press Play, she allegedly name-drops Beyoncé in an unmistakably shady way, questioning her role as a business mogul and a mom. Even hosting the 2023 VMAs didn't save her from more backstage threats, with Jay-Z and Roc Nation allegedly trying to get MTV to drop her. The bottom line? Nicki isn't just playing the game, she's rewriting it. Every tweet, every lyric, every public stunt feels calculated, deliberate, and fiery. The Carters don't play. The stakes are sky high. And the entire world is watching, popcorn in hand, as this real-life celebrity war unfolds. And if you thought Nicki was only throwing shade at Beyoncé, think again. Jay-Z has been catching indirect shots, too. Nicki's been hinting that Jay-Z might be using Megan Thee Stallion as a pawn in this mess. She went straight for Megan on Twitter, writing, "B thinks she a bully cause she got a Roc Nation brunch every year. Be mad at party. He told all your tea, but you taking shots at my family. Get up on your good foot. Go apologize to your mother, you nasty serpent. Ooh, savage." That's not just a call out. It's a full-on digital clapback. And Nicki didn't stop there. When Beyonce kicked off her cowboy...
Real quick, MTV is petrified because they got a couple calls yesterday and people were saying, what if Nicki says this and if Nicki says that? And I said, it's okay, MTV, I can control myself.
The Carter tour earlier this year, Nicki was lurking in the shadows, throwing shade at every opportunity. A fan posted a clip of Beyonce riding that mechanical bull, and Nicki responded with a side-eye emoji. Still, but the shade was real. Then someone posted a stage pic of Nicki herself, and she replied, "The bull I ride is not mechanical." Translation? A not-so-subtle jab at Beyonce, who looked like she was riding for dear life. Nicki was basically saying, I don't need theatrics. I do me. But the drama got even spicier when Nicki hopped on the radio and played Flawless, the Beyoncé track she's featured on. At first, fans thought maybe this was a peace offering, a we're cool moment. Nope. Nicki was quick to shut that down. She made it clear that just because she played Beyoncé's song doesn't mean they're suddenly besties. The message was icy, calculated, and full of attitude. Don't mistake a feature for friendship. In short, Nicki's not just shading Beyoncé and Jay-Z. She's orchestrating a full-blown, high-profile power play, and the tea is piping hot.
Listen, Onika Tanya, Mariah Petty, I've done some amazing work in my time. I've changed the game and rearranged the game and, you know what I'm saying, body shamed the game and then came again, okay? So listen, sometimes Onika just want to hear Onika. You feel me? Don't mean see him in the street and kick them right in my throat. And then do motion. Okay?
Now here's where things take a chilling turn. While all of this chaos was unfolding, Beyoncé stayed completely silent. Not a word, not a post, not even a slick subliminal. But y'all know who did speak up? Solange. And anybody who knows the Carter family knows that is not someone you want entering the chat. Let's not forget, Solange is the same one who once handled Jay-Z in an elevator. So when she moves, people pay attention. Right around the time Nicki was going on her rant spree, Solange posted something that made the internet freeze. It looked like a voodoo altar, candles, symbols, energy. And just to make sure the message landed, she turned the comments off. No explanations, no captions, just vibes, and not the good kind. Fast forward to now, and after Nicki's comments involving Beyoncé's children, the streets are saying she's probably wishing she never went there, because once kids are mentioned, the rules change. And word on the street is that Nicki believes Beyoncé now has Papa Bear in her sights, an eye for an eye type situation. That's the rumor floating around, at least. According to whispers online, Nicki allegedly believes that Beyoncé placed some kind of spiritual attack on Papa Bear, which she connects to claims that he is allegedly mute. Now, let me be clear, that is a wild accusation. I'm not saying Beyoncé did anything, because that thought alone is extreme. But the fact that Nicki allegedly believes this speaks volumes about how deep and paranoid this situation has become. And honestly, Nicki should have known better than to ever bring Beyoncé's kids into it. Because if it wasn't Beyoncé, people are saying it could have simply been karma. Beyoncé has been surrounded by occult rumors for years, again, allegedly. No proof, just patterns people keep pointing out. Former insiders, background figures, even past collaborators have made similar claims over time. One of the most talked about accusations came from Beyoncé's former drummer, Kimberly Thompson. According to reports, Thompson claimed that Beyoncé was heavily involved in occult practices and launched what she described as a campaign of harassment against her. She alleged extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and even spells related to sexual misconduct. She went as far as claiming Beyoncé hacked her phones and interfered with her finances. Now, it's unclear why Thompson believes Beyoncé targeted her specifically, but she has remained firm in her claims, insisting everything traces back to Beyoncé. She even went live on Instagram at one point, doubling down and exposing what she believed was happening behind the scenes. So when you put all of this together, the silence from Beyoncé, Solange's eerie post, Nicki's escalating accusations, and these resurfaced allegations. It starts to feel less like random internet noise and more like a storm brewing in real time. Whether this is paranoia, coincidence, or something much darker, one thing is clear. This situation has officially crossed from celebrity beef into dangerous territory.
And this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships, all just a very wicked tactic to just keep me down and keep me under some type of control.
Scheduled for October 11th, but the internet is just like, what? Excuse me? And, you know, I was just at the Beyonce concert last week in Houston. It was definitely a religious experience.
Wait, the girl cats. A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her while she was asleep, snacking on his people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too, which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician and she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music, handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band.